Welcome to the Dribble Hour.
Cookie Monster? Oh, C is for cookies. That's wild.
I take out the masses with mass capacity into nasty. These is after me. You a 9 out of 10. That's a pass for me.
That's crazy, dude.
That's so sick.
You think I'm a slip up? Bro, man, I got news for you.
All this and more on this episode of The Dribble Hour. Thanks for listening.
V8 natural energy drinks, but they have sugar in them, so they taste good. But there's like low sugar. It's mostly the fruit sugar. There's 3 grams for the whole can added, and they're sparkling. They're really good, and they don't necessarily give me energy to go to the gym, but they keep me awake, which is what I need when I'm driving.
It's no C8 or C4, whatever.
What is C for? C4 is a explosive. No. What is C for? C is for no. What's on your shirt? Cookie Monster. What is C for? Oh, C is for cookies.
Let's make a love baby. Girl, you so crazy. Let me take off the gown and get rid of that frown.
So that's my
Our
mic.
kid going to have Down syndrome. Get that crown with it. I got AIDS. Our maid's got AIDS. Her new man's gets hella fades. I so fast she calls me Minute Maids.
How's that?
That sounds good.
I take out the masses with mass
yeah,
capacity
sounds
into
fine.
nasty. The is after me. You get a 9 out of 10 and a pass for me. You the part of my team. You my lean queen. You my PR, and you know what I mean.
Who is that?
It's me.
No, who wrote it?
He did.
No way, really?
Yeah, you the pro to my team. You my lean queen. You my PR, and you know what I mean.
That's wild.
I take out the masses with mass capacity into nasty. These is after me. You a 9 out of 10. That's a pass for me.
That's crazy, dude.
That's so sick.
When did you write that?
No, it was a while ago.
Like when you were 16?
No,
I remember
probably
that.
probably
that?
within the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Good for you.
Remember that night when we stayed up super late? And
That was
you were just
crazy.
saying stuff. We voice recorded him just spitting. I guess you could call him bars. We were just really tired.
Yeah.
And so I listened to it was like a 10-minute voice recording. I listened back to it, and then I transcribed it onto a note, which I'm trying to find right now. It's pretty cursed.
Yeah.
Really?
It's definitely
yeah.
less funny the night after, huh?
That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
But yeah, should we do some of the rap lyrics we've written?
I don't think those would be appropriate. This one. There we go. I found it. I guess we can save it.
All right. I mean, well, if we're going to do
Wild.
Yeah, you get to.
Ooh, I also have eating ice cream from a bowl just to fill another hole. That's the way I roll when I'm feeling void and null.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Wow,
That's just a straight poem right now.
that's crazy.
Inhaling smoke, starting to choke. Blood spatters on the med railing as my ribs are broke. Heart racing, no more warm embracing. These thunderclouds don't have a lacing.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That one's crazy.
Damn.
Bro, what?
Matt, what you got?
Do I have a career? Guys, comment below.
You could ghostwrite for rappers because that's better than most stuff you'd hear.
You're only allowed to do choruses, though. They won't let you write a verse.
Oh, yeah.
Those are all verses.
I think those were all verses.
Those are all
yeah.
verses.
I know, but most rappers don't write their own
You know
verses.
how the boys be spooning, walk on in, and we be mooning. That one's pretty good.
That's
Wow.
that's a rough.
I went. I was in the car. It was over a year ago. I was listening to the radio. Speaking of that whole rappers write their own verses thing, I was in the car over a year ago, and the guy on the radio is some one-hit wonder rap star. He's got 10,000 monthly listeners or some BS, and he's on the radio and he's going, all these other rappers will get ghostwriters and they don't understand how it be, and I'm hardcore to my true self, and I will never ever let somebody write my music. I write my music. It's mine. I do it for me. I write my music. I rap my music. It's my music. And then the guy next to him or whatever was like, yeah.
so bad.
They're reading some of Matt's lyrics.
Jeez. Damn, that's wild. Get that salsa hot, not mild. You seem lonely like a foster child.
Whoa.
We need to get your hair styled. I'd be cooking like Julia Child. That's a little messy at the end, but
Yeah.
It's a good reference.
Anyway,
like
so this
that.
he was like, I write my music, I rap my music, I don't let nobody write for me. And the guy sitting next to him was like, yeah, but what about choruses? He's like, oh yeah, I get all my choruses written, but like on a verse, it's all me. And he's just like, what? He went for 5 minutes straight about how he'll never let anyone write his music. He only raps his own, and then was immediately like, well, yeah, I mean, duh, I don't write my choruses.
So a chorus is always considered harder to write then?
No, because he's like,
I would
oh well,
say
I'm out
so.
of I'm so busy that I don't have time to come up with premises for music. So and I'm like, dude,
I was
chill.
literally talking with my sister about like why rap sucks this morning, and it's like part of it's a feel issue because you'll get like a super happy like upbeat kind of backtrack, and then they'll be rapping about super depressing stuff, and it's like that doesn't fit. Or you get a depressing track that could be like vibey, and they're like, kill a bro,
Yeah,
kill a
right.
bro. Like you have to feel like there's no feel in rap.
Right.
But yeah, since
But you also like rap though, no?
I don't listen to it much anymore. No,
wow.
I don't know. Like
Before we get too far, I want to do my my one lyric I wrote.
Oh,
one
yeah.
time.
Go.
Sit back in the Cadillac, throw my hands back while relax. Give her an tap while spit rap, listening to my trap, talking to my man Mac. Then he clapped back, talking full trash about my bro Matt, cause he licks Mats, and he'll never know what it's like to be in the Rat Pack. While we talk crap, I go get my cataracts looked at because I can't believe I just saw him spat on my mama's hat. What a brat. Just because he's black, he thinks he can run right through the map and not get back in time for the great Gatsby. Not intact with that great American hat on tap.
Like Dr. Seuss had Down syndrome. I like how all your rhymes are like a little bit off too. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
it sounds like a tongue twister. You used.
You're right. No, this was when I was 16 turning 17 that Christmas.
I don't feel good.
Yeah, it was bad. And I was 16. I
Just
asked.
kept going. Dude.
I thought if I could just keep adding, it would eventually turn into something good.
Damn.
I was wrong. When I was so this
The amount of 3-letter words you use is crazy. Cat. Hat.
sat.
Bat. Matt.
Right.
It's a phonics book.
Damn straight. So this was when I was 16. I asked my parents for a Studio One Sonus studio kit, like for my bedroom to go to my computer, and it came with a bunch of software and
Oh yeah.
mic and monitors and stuff like that. And so I went through this phase for about 2 months where I spent all my time on that software. It might have been 3 months, and I was like, I want to try every kind of music. So this was my rap. I was trying to write lyrics for rap, and then I was gonna do house and trap, and then I wanted to do some country, but then I did this. I wrote these pop song lyrics, and these are almost worse. This song was called "Been Here." I've been here before, y'all. Promise this ain't nothing new. You think I'm a slip up, bro man, I got news for you. No way this my first time, ain't gonna be my last rhyme. Out here spitting like a boomer that chew. Here's a tissue you need.
It fell off.
Here's a tissue you need that. Oh, your allergies are bad? You only trippin' because I came through. And I ain't gonna be here when you call. You laughed in my face. I don't know you at all. Now you gonna talk back, hit me with that boom trap. Trust me when I say I don't need all of you, but I'll still come through.
Ooh.
I know, got him there at the end.
Now the nice thing, like, although I do admit, roasting somebody about their allergies is a sick, it's a sick way to go.
Right.
Like, I mean, like, roasting somebody that's fat, it can be you can take it a little bit too far. But like, about other things about their appearance that they can't change, or like just their immune system sucks. That's like that hits,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I have a career in that. Really? You definitely don't.
Anyway, back to I didn't mean to cut you off about the whole rapping thing. You used to love rap. You got me into rap back in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who did you like back in the day?
Me?
Yeah.
Back
Juice
in my
WRLD.
golden years. Juice WRLD was definitely on there. There was Polo. I was looking back at, so our Spotify Wrapped just came out.
Yeah.
Oh, that
we
was-
got to talk
yeah.
about that. We'll
Yeah.
save that for
Yeah, I was looking back
Write that
on
down.
my.
Do you have it written down?
No, I was looking back at my like Instagram stories archive to see like what my Spotify Wrapped was the past
Yeah.
couple of years. Spotify Wrapped, and like DaBaby was on my top artists like 2 years ago. Like, it was like a drastic change. Do you want to just do the Spotify Wrapped now?
No, I want to do it in the show because that's appropriate.
It's the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we're still in.
Anyway, so yeah, you
time.
think what
Are
kind
we?
of?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. We'll do 15 minutes. What do you? So what was your like? What did you like? What kind of genre did you like?
Rap.
Yeah, I know. What kind of rap?
I like Eminem a lot. I don't
Okay.
even know what artist kind of. I think the first like rap song I heard was NLE Choppa, and right, you know NLE, and it was
Okay.
like Capo, and my friend was like, I can't repeat what he said, but yeah, it was an experience. But I don't know, it was like cool for a time. I felt cool bumping the bass in my
Okay.
car and trying to make my look cool or whatever. But
Right.
it just got boring. And then I
Okay.
got really into like metal music and like the production behind it, so I just find that like more interesting. It's like rap's still like, I mean, it's cool,
Yeah.
but it's like if there's metal and rap out in front of me, I'm gonna grab metal. So it's just kind of a shift more than like I'm done with rap. Kind of, I'm not like hating on it, but
Okay.
yeah.
Anthony, how about you? Did you ever get into rap?
No.
No.
Really never. I mean, it's like I had a playlist called Modern Music I Like, which had like 66 songs on it.
Okay.
And it was just like I guess if you count like NF, I like to listen to him for a little bit. Like when I was like running in the winter.
Okay.
He's a good artist for that. I don't know, there's just like a couple songs that I found catchy, but I mean, I never like that was never what like, you know, it was never my bread and butter.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
Yeah. Okay. No, I loved rap. Matt got me into it. I don't remember. I know you showed me. You sent me a couple Eminem songs early on in sophomore year. You sent me.
I thought you were into Logic before. Like I showed you anything.
Yes. Yes.
So
You're right. Yep.
I think you got me into Logic more than anything.
Yes, I believe you're right. End of freshman year, COVID. Wow. I got into Logic. I don't remember how, but I got really into Logic.
Was it Ben?
No, that was later. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah. So I don't remember why or how, but yeah, I think you're right.
Happened.
Yeah, it just happened, man. I just fell into Logic, and that's what I listened to mostly in the gym, and especially because it was just around the time I got into him that he started coming out with new Logic, Big Daddy Logic, where he was a father and he was rapping like he turned more like softcore.
Yeah, you could have phrased that better.
Big Daddy Logic. Well, he became a husband and a father, and he started doing this soft beat, kind of just like soothing stuff, but still
Vibey,
got
would you say?
yeah, absolutely. And it got you in a mood, and I loved it in the gym. And then you got me into Eminem, NF, and then I started for a good about a year, especially when I was sophomore. I was pretty depressed, so I got into like hardcore like gangster rap.
Juice WRLD.
Oh,
No,
gangster
I
rap.
got into gangster.
You
rap.
listening to gangster rap is like the funniest.
I know.
combination.
No, it was wild.
Nas,
it-
Tupac.
Yeah, well, some of it. It was mostly modern day stuff.
Like what? I want to know names.
Trippy Red, XX.
Yeah, I definitely X. I
Melly.
loved X, huh?
Melly?
A little bit, not too much.
All right.
I had like for a little while there was like Joyner Lucas, and like it was like the middle ground.
Okay, that's fair.
It was like Joyner, and there was
Angry rap.
kinda,
Suburban
yeah.
rap.
Yeah, exactly. What was his name? What the hell was the guy's name? Hobson. Because of
I'm
that,
gonna kill my mom.
Pretty much.
No. And so there was like the middle ground, and then there was a good period where I just went off like into Enter rap, just like in the gym, just like, yeah, kill those prostitutes. It was like, it was, but it was weird.
Lifting 70 pounds.
Exactly. No, it was a
I'm the
dark,
man.
it was a dark place, but that's what got me going in the gym, and so I listened to it for a long time, and then I went to we talked about this before. I went to Passion in this past January, and it was like I remember going into it like, gosh, I really hope they don't challenge me on my music because I don't want to give it up, and they didn't. But part of the whole transformation that happened in me was like I didn't want to have that in my life because I was like, listening to these lyrics of murder might not be very God-pleasing. So I started to change. I didn't really want to listen to that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So in the gym just became a polar opposite. I started going into Frank Sinatra, crooners.
You would croon while back squatting? That's hard to imagine.
That's that. Wow.
big band. It was
I guess
wild.
I listened to some political podcasts when I first started working out like years ago.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, my I don't know if I said this or not. My mom of all people sent me someone, was like, "You're gonna like this," and I'm like, "Okay." My mom sent
Mom.
me right. My mom sent me some music I'm gonna like, but it was actually really good. I showed Matt
it
she had
was
originally showed me Halvey, and then Spotify made me a playlist with a bunch of Christian rappers that have that hardcore style, but with lyrics that aren't murder.
It's so funny.
So I mean, I'm really into that now in the gym, and so that's
buddy.
Lecrae and KB, right? Lecrae, KB,
The Kid Lecrae.
what's his-
Crayola.
one of my
I don't know. Crayola is an Australian company, so
don't-
maybe that's
really?
what the Kid Lacroix is. Or, is that his name?
LaCroix. Shout out to
Oh man.
No Big Deal. He's one of my favorites. He's got really good
Nice.
creativity in his lyrics.
That reminds me, I used to work with this Mexican dude at a grocery store, and we used to stock this like La Choy.
No way.
Oh,
Like-
the juice stuff? Yeah, like the nectar.
Yeah,
The guava nectar.
Like it's like noodles, like the La
Oh.
Choy brand.
Oh,
noodles.
yeah, yeah. I
So
think
we'd
it's
always be like, "Yo, it's tequila Choy."
Tequila
Hey.
Choy, bro.
He's he's a chill dude I ever met.
Nice.
He lets you do that? He lets you say the C word with that accent?
Choi?
Yeah.
The Kid La Choy. La Choy was the brand.
No,
That's
I know,
also like definitely Asian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I wouldn't.
That's awesome.
Nice.
All right, let's get into the episode. Boys, it has officially been 1 year since we recorded our first episode.
Whoa.
Wow. How far have we come?
I know. How does that make you feel?
Like 12 episodes.
At least like a couple meters, yeah.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel, honestly?
This is like it's a high point of my months for sure.
It is fun.
Yeah. It's
I think
nice
we've
to
gotten
get
better
together
at
with
it.
y'all.
I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think about the very
It's a lot
first
more
episode.
choppy.
Yeah.
Do you still have the raw footage from the first episode?
We didn't film any like the
Or, I'm sorry, raw audio.
Audio.
Raw.
Yeah.
From the first episode, I think we'd cringe ourselves out of the chair because even listening to
was
the
tough.
edited version was tough.
Yeah.
But raw audio, how there was so many unnecessary profanities
Yeah.
and a lot of topics. That,
I mean, to be fair, it was our first time like being in a room and like having the headphones on,
Right.
and being in front of the mic. It just
Right.
like adds this like little pressure almost, even though like we knew for a fact no one was gonna listen.
yeah,
But
yeah,
no.
yeah. I want to do a little behind the scenes. Let's talk about that. The whole
Let's talk about
let's talk about it. The whole process, because you had always said throughout high school we should do a podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like,
The
all right,
whole
well,
idea.
when you find the time for the three of us to do that,
And you guys needed to recruit somebody charming. Yeah.
well, we were just so busy with everything, we didn't have time to do it.
yeah, I remember like the time I think it stuck. We were all getting changed. We were in our boxers in the boys' dressing room, and I was like, dude, this is.
I
we were
remember
saying
that.
randomness.
I remember that. You're right. Because we were changing into our tuxes
Yeah.
for one of the concerts.
Just spewing casual, and I was
Yeah.
like, dude, we should.
Whoa, whoa, not me.
No, not us. Actually, we were
right. No, we were just there.
We were just there.
Listening
was
to it like a talk about it.
Yeah. We were doing commentary. I think live
Right.
commentary.
right.
And I
No,
was like,
absolutely.
we should do a podcast.
I remember that. That was I remember that. Here at our studio
This
where
joint. Here in Austin.
here at the studio where we're at, it's a public access radio and I guess not news, but radio, television station, public access television and radio station here, and so I've been doing this volunteering since I was 9 years old. I worked in the studio. They didn't have the radio studio till a couple years ago, but I worked in the television studio, and they have a television truck. They go out and do sports games. So I've been volunteering since I was 9 years old, maybe even 8. I've been doing this for a long time, so I've had a good relationship with these
Amen,
people,
brother.
And so on top of the fact that it's public access, just the fact, on top of that, because they usually have like if you don't live within the city that this exists in, then you would have to pay for it. And because I've had such a good relationship, they've let us use it for free all these times. And so yeah, absolutely. No, we're blessed to have this studio space and all this wonderful equipment.
100%. Yeah.
So I had that connection. So I was just, I guess after we graduated high school, it was 6 months later. It was like, well, I got this connection. We wanted to do this. We might as well, right?
Yeah.
No time like the present.
I mean, we started on the same microphones that Joe Rogan currently uses.
Yeah.
Take that.
Take that.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying it's been super cool.
We've
Right.
had some good guests.
Yeah. What?
Boris.
Dude, I invited someone last week. We all know him. And
Did he say no?
and he was like, I don't know if I'm comfortable doing a podcast yet, but I'll do a rain check if you're cool with that.
Oh,
So
Really?
hopefully we'll get him on. He'd
Do you
be
think
such
he's-
a fun guest. Dude.
Yeah. I reached out, asked if he could do it.
Did he?
Yeah.
damn.
That would be interesting. I would do it. I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so once we got that together, then we picked a date and we came here, and it was our first time, so we thought if we discussed the topics beforehand, it might go better. And that was the first and last time we did that because it didn't go well when we
Yeah.
discussed it beforehand.
It's crazy that if you
why do we
talk
do
about
that?
something once, you don't want to talk about it again.
Right.
We've already been over it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this seems weird.
Right.
That's true.
No, we learned, dude.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
Look at us all polished.
yeah, dude. I mean, we didn't start looking at episodes until, I mean, we had the first one. You edited the first one pretty quickly, but we didn't actually start having episodes, released until about 2 months ago. And so I hadn't really had a chance to
Yeah.
like hear how we go and how I sound. And I didn't realize until a couple months ago, like, damn, I talk way too much. And
Yeah,
so
it's good to listen to yourself.
It is,
and like
yeah.
just
And reflect and-
reflect a little bit.
And are you thinking about like changing that? You still have like 75% of the talking. No,
Right.
that's good, but
Right.
yeah, but yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Do you
Okay,
guys?
what
okay.
else? So
Yeah, just a little insight. a little insight into our world. We usually get together one night about every other week. We come in here usually about 4:30.
facts.
Record an episode. Usually get dinner and then record a second episode.
It's real interesting.
It is. Yeah, we record 2 episodes in one night. I know it's probably pretty weird to think about, but
We do pump them out.
I don't think anyone's ever thought about that.
right.
Nobody does it quite like we do.
Yeah, and then we used to record until we sometimes wouldn't leave
We
here
get some
till
late nights, dude.
yeah, we sometimes wouldn't leave here till what? Well, one day we started we got here at 3 and we didn't leave till 11:30 or midnight.
We did 3 episodes in one day. I remember that.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
when we
a
got
long
back
day.
in
Yeah.
recently.
No, that was in the spring.
Maybe
How
not.
do we do that?
I don't.
Because we did the 1 episode at my house and we wanted to get back on track. We did
Oh.
2 episodes, so we did 3 in one night.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got here at 3 and we
crazy.
left at like 11:30.
Was that a mistake or what?
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I guess so.
But yeah, no, it's fun. It's a fun night.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Because I mean, it is kind of mentally exhausting to do this for 2 full hour episodes or more than that. Now
This-
we're doing.
I feel like it's harder on the voice for me than anything.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll like,
a
get in
little
the car
mini
and I'll be
sore
like,
throat.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Pretty
it's
bad.
besides it is physically exhausting. It is mentally exhausting. But besides that, it's kind of nice to forget about the rest of the world for several hours. Just sit in this
True.
nice climate controlled room. And
Pretty toasty, actually. Kind of burning up right now.
really, I'm very comfortable.
All right.
And then just kind of shoot the poop with your buddies.
Amen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. Yeah. No, it's a good time.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're doing it still.
Yeah.
We didn't quit, We didn't break,
Yeah, halfway through.
A lot of bands, they break up already and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I mean, we're growing. We're getting more and more downloads every episode.
Are we actually?
Yeah, we're up.
Really?
We just episode 5. Yeah, we're getting episode 6 drops tomorrow. So episode 5's out, and we have average of 20 to 30 downloads per episode. Which I mean, the first episode only got 12. So we're getting
Okay.
more.
Okay,
guess
by
it's
download
numbers.
is that who's downloading?
I don't.
that?
That's what
Which-
I'm wondering.
which sucks, and
What
that's-
platform?
How many
And
streams?
why?
Does it show streams?
No.
So downloads must just mean streams.
No, it doesn't. It's specifically downloads, which sucks.
How do
And
we know that?
This goes for every platform. Joe Rogan doesn't get to see streams; he can only see downloads. Every
so crazy.
Every platform is like that.
I'm gonna go
So-
download one of our episodes.
All right. So yeah, guys, please download our episode because that's the only way we get feedback.
We don't know. We don't know if you listen. Otherwise,
right. It's
You can undownload it if you want.
right. I mean, it's very possible that we get
Boom.
25 million streams. It's possible, but we only get
No.
30
think
down.
so.
It's
I
I'm just
beg to
saying.
differ.
How many people live in Belgium? Because it's not 25 million.
what was
Right.
our what's our biggest fan base right now? You said
Michigan.
It is Michigan.
is it
still.
Michigan? Okay,
But we have
I guess
quite a few.
international fan base.
Still America.
Okay,
The world-
outside of the U.S.
Releasing the world tour.
Yeah, we have out of our approximately 25 to 30 downloads, most of them are in Michigan. We have quite a few in Virginia and
What?
Nevada, and then
so weird.
we have Dublin, Ireland, France.
Break out the blackjack. I'm going to put on the drivel hour.
We have Dublin, Ireland, France, and Brussels, Belgium. And then this
Dang.
week we got a new country. I know it's like a little game, like stack the
That's
states.
fun. You get to see that.
Yeah,
or
we can
stack the
collect 'em all.
country. Yeah, exactly. Collect them all.
All 200 and
we
something.
got a new country. I don't think it's
I call North
it's
Korea.
it's near India.
Pakistan,
I
Nepal.
don't remember.
Bhutan,
I'd have to-
Myanmar,
I'd have to look it up. Let me look it up right now.
China,
Let me look it up right now.
Afghanistan, Maldives, Sri Lanka.
Is Maldives? I was gonna say that.
Oh, speaking of, I want to show you guys. I don't think
Speaking of Maldives,
no.
said no one ever.
I
Sorry,
don't-
Maldives. If you're
I don't
the
think you
person he's
guys
talking
have
about.
ever seen the platform, but it's actually really cool. I want to show you the.
What are you gonna show the audience?
I'm not going to. You guys are going to talk about it. Describe it.
Oh,
Describe it.
so Matthew's currently typing on a laptop.
his
Lenovo
Lenovo.
ThinkPad. Is it a ThinkPad or
No,
a
it's not a
IdeaPad?
ThinkPad.
No,
a-
it's not a thing.
It's not a
Sorry,
big-
sorry.
It's got yeah.
Different type of pad. It's a tampon.
Chill.
The feminine kind.
He's typing on his feminine pad, guys.
Oh.
At an amazingly slow
All
rate.
right. So here,
Yeah,
we'll look
seriously.
at these stats. We have
Wow.
Ooh, 117 all-time
12.
downloads,
12.
12 rolling average subscribers.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's over 30 days, approximately 30 days. How many new subscribers we get? Which I mean, we've only been on
I
here
thought
for a
RAS
month.
stood for relative age of subscribers, and I got really concerned.
We have two downloads today already.
Whoa.
Bruh, who? What
So,
platform is
here,
suggesting
our
wasting
Wasting
most-
their time.
Our most downloaded, again, we only have episode 5 out right now. So our most downloaded episode is episode 4, which we have 30 total downloads. And then
It's probably just our FBI agents.
episode 5 is at 22.
Which is how 3 away? Said.
Yeah, so number 1 is episode 4, 30. And then
okay, 8 away.
25 downloads for episode 3, 23 downloads for episode 2, 22 episodes for episode 5, and then 17 for episode 1. And that's, again, we've only been out for a little while. Those will obviously go up. And then we have top 5 locations.
Brussels.
United States.
Oh, I know
United
that.
States, Brussels, Belgium, Detroit, Wixom, Michigan.
Oh, no.
And then here's our little map that shows us all the places we are.
That's kind of cool.
Oh. Vietnam?
Let's see, where is it?
We could play it like Plague Inc. and we're trying to
And then here
spread.
we got devices. So we've got most downloads happen on mobile,
Ooh,
a little bit on
surprise.
PC.
Oh, PC nerds.
There's a couple on a smartwatch for some reason. There's a
what?
couple on like an Alexa speaker.
If there's one on a smartwatch, they had to be like, play the drivel hour.
And
they had
yeah,
to say that.
Matt's holding up his watch to
That's
show.
horrible.
Platforms, we have iOS is obviously the most because it's mobile, and then Mac OS,
It's
Windows, Android, Watch OS, Alexa, Chrome OS, And then here's the client apps. Obviously, the most downloads come from Spotify. We have a little bit
That's so
from
interesting.
Stitcher, Googlebot, Safari, Google Chrome, Deezer, Dotbot, Spotify Cache, Apple Podcasts.
What is Spotify Cache?
I guess I don't know I don't know what a cache is. I'm not a computer guy.
CACHE.
Yes. Yep. Google Podcasts, Alexa, Audible, Amazon Music. Let's see where our country's at. So we got, what's a new one? Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Oh, no
That's
way.
the country we picked up.
Nice.
And if you see,
Not that close to
if you
you.
see here, where is it? Taiwan, province of China.
Yeah, it's not really in its own country. It's
Dang.
not recognized by.
Right.
Really?
So we got Denver, Las Vegas,
That's kind of an
bunch in
interesting story about
Michigan,
Taiwan for me.
Tampa.
You want to give us a history lesson?
And I could.
I would be interested.
Go ahead.
Well,
Anyway, I just thought.
don't quote
it's
me
cool.
on this.
This is a cool platform.
Yeah, it is
But
cool.
basically, when the Chinese Communist Party took over, and I think Mao was the leader at that time, the democratic government fled to Taiwan and set up government there. And actually, for a long time, they were recognized as being the government of China by
Really?
the UN until we started normalizing relationships with China, and eventually we're like, okay, fine, China. All right,
Fine
Fine
China.
okay. So yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, so they're just still out there, but China's probably going to reclaim them at some point.
Yeah. They're going to claim the U.S. too, maybe.
That's a lot of land.
Yeah.
They
can't
really. What
claim
do they
it.
have? What use do they have for Arkansas?
China can't. China can't claim the U.S. because BlackRock's going to own it.
BlackRock
Oh,
already does.
Does.
Did I send you the conspiracy video of how BlackRock
Yeah, you
is
did.
buying every single family home in America?
Oh, you did not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, where they'll be
Thought
like,
about that.
What?
if you notice how like if you're in a bidding war for a house and then at the very last minute like some unnamed party pays 10% more than the top bid
Yeah.
and they just take it, that's like one of them. It's a shell company, but
Right.
it's BlackRock and what's the Viking
State
boat?
Street.
State Street, thank you. And the last one.
What's
We talk about this so much. How do we not
we
know
do.
this? How do we keep forgetting?
That's what podcast is about: talking about things you don't know much about.
right. If we knew about it, no one would listen.
Exactly.
Have you heard of the mushroom in the cross?
I feel like we've gotten so afraid of mansplaining that we've just turned to speculating.
I'm not
Right.
scared of that.
You're not scared of that?
Dude, I'm
scared of heights.
Yeah, we talked about that in episode 7.
Oh,
No, I'm terrified of mansplaining to the point where like somebody might like get in trouble or get hurt.
You're like the king.
I was
of
gonna say you're the best at it, dude.
You're actually probably top 10 mansplainers, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
actually,
Actually, I'm number
So-
11.
Mike Pence.
Is Mike Plant?
Matthew-
Is he a big mansplainer?
Yeah, I think
Is
he's
he
the-
really?
Yeah, the term was I think like coined because of him.
that's
Like,
awesome.
oh, he's mansplaining to this female, whatever, like vice or I don't. It must have been Kamala Harris. Yeah.
Really? I think that's been around before that.
well, anyway,
maybe.
when I'm at work and like
Manspreading.
No, that's a good one.
That's for
nice,
me.
dude, I love that. I love manspreading. The thing I hate because like I'll be at work thinking I'll be at work and like someone doesn't know how a septic tank works, so I have to educate them.
Idiot.
That's what I'm saying. I have to educate them, but like I feel so bad and like I don't know how to not mansplain, so I usually just like don't do it. And I usually am just like, "Oh, okay." And like don't explain it. And then they're
So what
like,
you probably don't understand is I know a lot about septic tanks. Obviously, you don't. I can tell.
right, but like they'll ask me like they don't understand and like I can fully explain it and I'm like, I don't know.
Should I give them this information they're
Right, 'cause, like-
asking me for?
Because like
I don't know.
I feel like this 40-year-old grown man is gonna like say you mansplainer and then
no
rock me
man,
away.
no man,
No man
You should
will
not
say
be
that.
worried about the men.
No.
That's true. Okay, so I can't mansplain to another man.
No.
All right,
No.
cool.
That's just talking with the boys.
Yeah, exactly. That's
All
really
right,
how we
all right,
communicate.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
I think I sent you guys that reel too. That was like mansplaining is like the most loving thing a man can do.
100%.
Because guys, when a guy doesn't understand something,
They
his-
try to solve the problem.
right, exactly, and that's the whole difference between male and females. Women
True.
just want
It's the only difference.
It's the only difference.
Yeah.
So
Women just want you to listen to their problems and not off and just be like, oh, honey, yes, you're validated. Whereas men want you to fix their problems. If I come to my wife and I'm like, hey, I'm having this problem, I want her to be like, this is what you do. And so I can be like, yeah, you're right. Let me do that.
Nah, you got to figure it out.
You're right. I'm
on your
sorry.
own, bud.
buddy,
But yeah, I mean,
pal.
if for anyone that hasn't seen the reel that I sent Matt and Anthony, men are problem solvers. So if you
Yeah.
come to them with a problem, they're going to offer you solutions if they really care about you. Like the people in some of my classes that I can't stand, if they have a problem, I'm just going to laugh.
What? Yeah, that's fair. That's
But
fair.
you know, and I expect the same thing. If I come to one of you with a
Wait,
problem,
that's
I
a
want
really
you to
good
offer me
point.
solutions.
Yeah, because if I don't care about your problem, I'm gonna be like, oh, that sucks.
Right, exactly.
Which
Yeah,
is
but what if it's like a gay problem they're bringing you? Do you really gotta like tell them how to fix something stupid?
yeah,
that's what I'm
because-
saying. We don't.
No. If
just
they're
like,
your
oh,
friend,
sucks.
if
Oh.
they're your friend, like
Well,
if I came to you,
That's
and
the
was like,
cost of friendship.
Tell them
I
to
think.
grow a pair, huh?
Exactly, but that's
That's
a
a
problem.
solution.
That's a solution problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Solution problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I
like that.
come to you, Anthony, with like, hey man, my shoe's untied. I don't know what to do. You're gonna be like,
Get slip-ons.
exactly.
Way easier, no
that's
hassle.
that's a solving
True, yeah.
problem.
Don't get Crocs though; they're a little pricey. I would recommend getting
Look at you go, man.
Timu.
no. Nope. Oh, what are they called? Like the ugly brown shoes.
Uggs.
Uggs.
No, the ones used to wear all the time.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I always forget the name of it.
It starts with a B, right?
I can't remember.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
bow.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, that's the solution though.
That's a
Yeah,
solution.
it
Look,
is a
you
solution.
care. Now, if someone off the street was like, I have a shoe untied,
spare me $1.
I don't know what to do, you'd be like, okay, I'm sorry. That must be really hard for you. And then you'd walk away.
Oh, I don't even make eye contact with those people.
Exactly, because you don't care about them.
No, because they're what? Okay, what person on the street's gonna tell you their shoe's untied? You know, there's already something wrong there.
Right.
So the next logical conclusion is crack cocaine, and then you, or heroin, and then you don't make eye contact and you walk away. Because as soon as you make eye contact, then they're like,
But don't run because they sense fear. They'll chase you down.
you think someone on heroin's gonna be able to run that fast?
That's crazy.
What?
You think someone on heroin's gonna be able to run that fast?
I don't know, he can maybe he has a
don't
little
think so.
scooter or something, huh?
Be like the sloth from Zootopia.
I want to ask you guys about that whole homeless thing. What's your what's your political,
Pro.
moral,
I'm pro heavily.
Pro homeless.
Yeah.
Honestly, let's make your claim and
What's my overview of homelessness?
Yeah, just like how do you feel about people begging and
Well, a lot of it probably stems from mental issues and or drug problems.
Right.
Right? And so prior to us closing down all of the asylums, a lot of the people that had mental issues were there.
Right.
And, their drug issue might be separate, but obviously drugs have been an issue for a long time. Maybe we can secure the southern border, huh? No, but yeah,
Right.
I don't think it's good, but it's either you take taxpayer dollars and put them in places,
Right.
subsidized housing, but
Right.
just free housing for homeless people, which would kind of that's not really the best option. It doesn't seem like, but it does seem kind of like the only option, really.
Yeah.
because a lot of people argue that further that
Enables.
right that enable right
Yeah. That's why it's
Yeah.
like it's.
But
gives them no
But if you go back to
incentive,
people
right.
that have mental issues, they can't really
There's a
they can't
reason-
exist in the
Right.
world that everybody else exists in.
Yeah.
Really.
right.
I feel like compared like mental issues and then drug addiction, like compared to like just being in a really unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
It's a lot less common to be like in such a bad spot where you're homeless. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Like my
No,
mom,
there's definitely
yeah, my mom grew up homeless.
Right.
And, like,
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so like
there's
But-
people that have gambling issues or something too. And
Oh,
they just lose
true.
their house or something.
Right,
too,
right.
Now for your
You don't know everybody's situation. Yeah.
right.
for your mom, was that like living with in-laws, not having her own place with her parents, or was that actually like on the street?
It was it was more in-laws, I think.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot of people, like I follow this guy on Instagram who is homeless because all he does, he travels so much. So what he does
yeah.
is he did a formula like where he'll pay $800 in really like crappy short flight tickets on airplanes, and like he lives in airports. He basically never leaves, so he'll do like one flight every other day, and he'll spend $800 in really crappy flights, and then because of the airline points he gets from those crappy $800 flights, he can get $1,400-$1,500 first class ticket somewhere really far.
Where's he
Oh,
getting the
interesting.
money from?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I'm not sure. I didn't dig that deep. I only followed him for a couple months, but
Unemployment?
maybe, or maybe the whole thing's fake.
Oh, could be. Yeah.
So yeah, there's homeless people like that, and then obviously there's the ones we're talking about,
Smart
aren't-
ones.
smart ones.
Yeah.
Or I mean, honestly, anyone who doesn't have a permanent address is homeless.
True, yeah.
A lot of people in the carnival were technically legally homeless, but
oh, interesting. Because they just work year round or whatever.
Right, and they they don't have licenses. They don't go to the hospitals. They have no need for a permanent address. Or if they do, they just claim their parents' house or their
Right.
ex-spouse or whatever.
No, it's true though. You think of you hear the word homeless, and the first thing you think of is just like the worst, like
Right.
Skid Row kind of.
Right.
It's like an
Like
old man with a
situation.
beard and a beanie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel there are programs, here in Michigan. There's one called it's in Pontiac. There's one called Grace Centers of Hope, and it's a Christian program, and it's based on a church. They have a church there in Pontiac, and that's actually a really cool story. The church was like it's got this not oh gosh, I don't want to misquote. What's the style? Gothic
Yeah.
style church. Beautiful building and
Not goth for everyone wondering.
right.
Gothic. Very important distinction.
Emo church.
right.
It's just a little less depressed.
Just a little bit. Beautiful building, but the church had gone under. I don't know. I have no idea the time frame. It may have been in the 80s or 90s. When
Oh, wow.
it may have been a lot older than that. I have no idea. Don't even. I have no idea. But
Alright.
I do know.
Mansplaining.
Yes, it got turned into a bar, and
Oh.
it was like the Erebus. What's it called? Haunted
The
house.
escape rooms? Oh,
yes,
okay.
Erebus haunted house there in Pontiac with the Hell Demon. I think that was kind of the theme of the bar. So it was very demonic
Yeah.
inside this church, and so there was a
Hell
big.
demon.
That's the Erebus logo or mascot.
What's Erebus?
So I heard the
Erebus
word.
escape rooms.
Uh,
Oh, like
It's
what's the word?
It's the name of the haunted house, but I heard it the other day. I don't remember what it means. I remember thinking, oh, that's kind of cool, but you can Google it.
Yeah.
I don't remember the meaning, but anyway, so it had that whole theme, I believe, and then and there was a lot of prayer and a lot of fundraising that went on so that they could buy the church back from the bar, and
Oh,
they
that's
did.
cool.
So Grace Centers of Hope, they have the church there. And the old building, I mean, it's just gorgeous. And then they bought the old Pontiac courthouse to be the homeless shelter, and not that many years ago they were able to buy another building a little bit along the way, and they have now it's women and children in one building and men in the other one. So there's no
kosher.
right?
Yeah.
And then they
Oh,
have a thrift
cool.
store. They have a Grace Centers of Hope thrift
really?
store. Not too far from Pontiac. You can go, and all the proceeds go to fund the shelter, and then it also provides jobs for the people in the shelter. They have a year-long program. If you go to the shelter, it's free, obviously, for homeless people. And then if you go to the shelter, they basically say, we'll clothe and house you and feed you for free, but you have to go through this rehabilitation program. Which
Yeah.
it's a year long, and it's Christ centered, and it goes through and how to get, and it's basically, I mean, it's rehab to get off drugs, and it's
Right.
also how to re-enter life.
That's
and
so
there's a
cool,
lot of
yeah.
Christian teaching, and so part of that is that once you go through the program, they'll let you work in their thrift store, so you have retail experience to go on your resume.
That's neat.
And I'm sure there's a lot more into it that I'm not aware of. That's just what's surface. But so I think, I mean, places like that, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Full awesome support that.
Yeah, for
as
sure.
far as, I mean, that's private though. It's a nonprofit, but it's privately run. Whereas I feel like if government steps in, my opinion, wherever the government puts its little fingers,
Stinky little feet.
right,
Yeah.
it makes things worse. I mean, you think about
for sure.
foster care and child and everything going into that, child protective services, which obviously they're doing good things, but where are those children going?
Right.
And what do they do with? I just heard about the opposite of child services, protective services. Is, what's it called?
Just getting
Adult.
emancipated and
It's trafficking.
adult.
No, there's like elderly adult protective services.
Oh yeah.
for if
the Giza.
Yeah.
I didn't look into it, but I heard about it where it's kind of like the opposite, where if your family members that were taking care of you just abandon you,
Yeah.
then the government has to step in and take them to a government approved nursing home.
Yeah.
And
Elder abuse is a
it's
big
terrible.
problem. Yeah.
It's terrible, and I worked in very low end
People
retirement
live so long
homes.
these days. It's tough.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, with all this good medicine we got going in this modern day.
Mm-hmm.
It is rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I worked in two very low end retirement communities, and the cheapest way to live was, I want to say, $2,500 a month to live
Yeah,
there.
it is cheap.
That's relatively cheap,
Yeah.
but people can't pay that. So
Yeah,
I
100%.
can't imagine what those government facilities must look like.
Oh no.
I know.
Yeah, it's like the idea is there, but like between money embezzlement that definitely happens
Right.
in government, and then just insufficient funds.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what my opinion would be. I wouldn't say the government should completely 100% just let it go and let private run facilities like Grace Centers of Hope do the heavy lifting. But I also wouldn't say the government should start doing housing for them. Because not only does it give them no there's no incentive to not be homeless at that point if government's providing everything
Yeah.
for you. Now on top of that, I mean, it's just going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Just built by the cheapest bidder and ran by people that shouldn't be running those places. And
For sure.
homeless people like to do you've heard, like, they'll commit misdemeanors so that they can go to jail and get a hot meal and get medical care.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's terrible, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of taxpayer dollars going to stuff like that.
You just gotta carry the boats and get out of there.
Right.
Stay
Nice.
hard and whatnot.
And I mean, you think about the problem in San Francisco and L.A. and San Diego, where the weather's perfect.
The worst. Oh.
But that's why there's so much. That's why there's such.
Oh, that's
a
a
big
darn good point. Yeah, I definitely hear people say that. Like, if someone asks, like, a homeless person, like, why do you keep doing this? They're like, well, it's like, I get, people give me free stuff and I get money and, like,
Of course, does Florida really have much of a homeless problem?
No, but it.
Oh, they
Gets,
got gators.
it gets very, very hot there in the summer. Humid. It can be bad. And
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's a good
I-
point.
Heat exhaustion.
Mhm.
Right. And also, there's not nearly as many, there's no room there in, like, the nice parts of Florida. And the not nice parts of Florida, you wouldn't want to be homeless in.
Yeah, it's just swamp
It's just-
and gators.
Yeah, swamp, desert,
Yeah.
just the worst. But, like, the nice parts of Florida, there's no room to be homeless. There's nowhere to be homeless.
Right.
You gotta change that. This conversation has changed my stance on the homeless now.
Okay.
I'm pro.
Think you're pro?
You're pro-homeless?
Semi-pro.
Would you try it, though?
No, I wouldn't try.
Like a weekend?
A weekend getaway?
I mean, that's just
Yeah.
camping.
Just Detroit.
That's just camping, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you got a nice setup, you got some nice gear. Of course, the other homeless might kind of get in there.
Well, you wouldn't want to go in a homeless area, though.
Right.
yeah,
Right, you pretty little
just
white
be
boy.
homeless in like a nice neighborhood, like just right outside of the Rensen.
Yeah. Just go start begging
It'd
it.
be cold though.
Oh,
True.
this time of year?
Yeah, it sounds miserable.
Getting into
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a quick break for our sponsor. They knock at your door. They try to convert you to their goofy religion, and they're damn near the most persistent sons of guns on this side of the Mississippi. So what's the solution when they just won't scram from your porch? We make it simple. At Go Away, we know that Jehovah's Witnesses notoriously do not celebrate birthdays, and we took advantage of that. We have special doorbells that play Happy Birthday, autistic people that run around in their birthday suits, and even a tantalizing slice of cake to add an extra layer of heat. So hey, if you want to put an end to that pesky problem without doing anything illegal or paying any pesky exterminators, check out Go Away. That's Go Away and use code TDHAJW. That stands for Drivel Hour Against Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh!
Amen, brother.
Go away.
That's funny.
Have you guys ever had any door knockers?
Oh, we used to get them.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Door knockers? No. I
think they
talked for
migrated
a
it.
couple.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy talked to a pair of Jehovah's Witnesses for probably 4 to 6
a pair
hours.
is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they only travel in pairs.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
they got a
Yeah.
reinforcement pair too.
Yeah. These guys were like set up for it too. They brought their own folding chairs that had suspensions on the back, so
That's
they could like lean back and chill. They brought their own
Ooh.
coffee and a thermos. And
They're allowed to do
awesome.
that type of thing.
yeah,
Coffee?
yeah, they can do
Okay.
coffee. They can do like pork, so they're not like Hasidic Jews by any means. Yeah, well, that's like
Yeah.
something people wonder. That's like a Hasidic.
Yeah,
thing,
it
though.
was. I just read about that in the book of Acts when I don't remember the guy's name. He had a vision or dream of God lowering all the animals that, like in Leviticus, he had
Yeah.
said not to eat. And he put them on a blanket with a
Yeah.
rope, and he lowered it down. And he was like, "You should eat these." And the guy was like, "But you said no." And he's like, "Well, I changed my mind."
Yep. Like literally. Yeah.
Nice.
Which is sick because bacon
For real, dog.
is the best thing ever.
For real.
Bacon, nice ham.
Yeah.
Ham soup,
Ham soup.
ham and barley. Oh,
Never
That's
had
fair.
that. I don't
Oh,
like. I don't
yeah.
really. I try not to eat pork just because like of how it's
Pork
processed.
sausage.
And today's age, processing pork is like terrible.
Yeah.
Because like you see like the McDonald's stuff where they just grind the whole animal into one, sleeve.
isn't that like chicken?
It was in the '90s. That was the whole pink chicken nugget thing. But pork is not cleanly processed as Neither really is beef or lamb, but it's
No.
slightly better.
Yeah.
slightly better.
How do you
than
know
pork.
that, bro?
How you know that?
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Before I get on that, though, my electrical professor for the Jehovah's Witness thing, my electrical professor said whenever I get Jehovah's Witnesses, I always say, and they ask, can we talk about your religion and your views, or can we tell you about our religious views, the Lord and Savior, God, because Jesus is not God.
Right.
And he says, well, sure, if you want to talk for 20 minutes, I'll listen to you, but then you have to listen to me for 20 minutes, talk about my religion. And they always say no. And he's like, well, what a bunch of jerks. If I'm taking time out of my day to
Yeah.
listen to you, you got to take time out of yours to listen to me.
For sure.
And he's like, and on top of that, they believe there's only a certain number of people that get into heaven. Well, if you convert me, I'm taking your place. How's that going to work?
Yeah, I bet the cap has been reached.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, we looked into their. Me and my buddy did a pretty in-depth study on their theology, and it's very it's just illogical. It doesn't make sense. It's
Right.
contradictive. It's just don't believe that.
Right. I had a buddy in elementary school who was a Jehovah's Witness.
Whoa.
And so he would sit.
You should wish him happy birthday.
He would
Got him.
He would sit and not participate in the Pledge of Allegiance every morning.
Interesting.
And my teacher, because through the years, she's just like, you guys might not understand this, but it's part of his religion that they don't do that.
Yeah.
And so I asked him one day, again, we were in kindergarten, he's like, well, I don't know. And then when he was in first or
I don't
grade,
know.
he prayed before every meal, which, you could
It's
do.
nice.
You're just it's nice to do, but
Yeah.
you don't have to. But he prayed before every meal. And I remember asking him one day, I said, what happens, or what do you think happens when you don't pray before a meal? And I was in first grade, but I knew better. And he goes, I don't know. You probably go to the devil's place.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell? And he's like, shh. I was like,
Whoa.
And
That's
then
crazy.
one day, again, probably first or second grade, he started eating. And I said, did you pray today? And he goes, and he
No,
like,
you sent him to hell, dude.
Yeah.
You jerk.
he started bawling.
No.
Yeah. And he was like, like it was
No.
bad.
Dude, at that
Forbidden
age,
play date, huh?
That's Oh
The
wow.
devil's place.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just a straight up indoctrination at that point.
Bro, the only way Jehovah's Witnesses get cake if they've got a dumpy. Just saying that. I will say that.
It's insane.
all right.
Anyways.
Anyway, back to what was I saying I didn't want to get on? What did you say that I was going to build on?
Huh?
Before I was talking about my buddy, the Jehovah's Witness. I had said before we get
I
too
don't know.
far, what we were talking about.
Branching off.
I know. We got to go back.
Uh,
I had such good things to say.
What were we talking about?
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Poop.
Not that. Oh, you're electrical engineer.
Right before that.
I don't freaking
Oh,
know.
Yeah, that was a long time
It was a while
ago.
ago. I can't remember that far.
That sucks.
All right.
Because
Well,
we had said you're talking about what was the add-on?
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Jehovah's Witness, and then you were talking about your buddy and
Yeah.
theological debates.
yeah.
You're talking about praying,
Poop.
Mm-hmm. Devil's place.
devil's place.
All right. Well, I guess it's gone. That
All right, new
sucks.
topic.
If you guys were in the Middle Ages, what do you guys think you would do? What would your profession be? What would your life be like, you think?
I
Middle
would
Ages?
be.
What's that?
I'd be the dude who.
Like,
has the axe?
Like Dark Ages?
No, the Middle Ages.
Middle Ages.
That's an era. I'm forgetting that it's like okay. We'll just say like 13 and like prior or before the Renaissance period. So like think of like like England.
remember
They were all
anything
like
about history.
peasants and stuff and
Like 1300s, you said?
yeah, that word. We'll say 1300s.
I'd be in charge of the hangings probably. I'd be like the dude on the
Oh, you think?
platform. Like pull
Okay.
the lever. I think it'd be a cool.
Oh, but
a
so you'd
cool
have the
job.
back-
You don't think you'd be a bard?
Oh, I could be a bard. Yeah.
The guy on the platform would have a bag over his head though, so that the town wouldn't judge him for doing his job.
Really? Oh yeah.
Have
they-
you seen that in like
Yeah,
movies?
yeah.
and-
They have like the little.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
The,
but
like,
it's not white.
berserker helmet. Huh?
Thing
Oh,
too, huh?
It's what?
It's a different type of execution.
it's crazy, dude.
Bad stuff.
Holy crap! Yeah.
Anyway, what would you be? You think? Diesel mechanic.
Is there I guess I'd be a horse doctor. Isn't that how it would transfer
Yeah,
over?
you'd like that.
Oh, I
little
guess.
creep.
I think we'd all just be. I think we'd all just be serfs.
Yeah.
What's that?
They're just like
We'd be farmers.
peasants
for
who
sure.
don't get paid,
Yeah.
and they just like work on the Lord's land.
Yep.
And they
Nice.
give them food,
Yep.
and then they get a
I like
little bit of
food.
food too.
I like food.
They're all real skinny, and they die from the plague.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a good time.
For
Okay.
sure.
What do you think you'd do?
I think I'd be a serf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just think I'd probably be just a run of the mill guy.
Makes sense.
Make barley and
Nah, you'd be a jester, dude.
would be
Aw.
just
Just
somewhere
Jester.
around there.
Come on.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They're the little
Don't make me blush.
aren't they a little earlier?
Pretty
No, there's probably jesters around there. Maybe.
early
Who
Middle
knows?
Ages, late Dark Ages. I don't know how history works.
Yeah, I'm not
Dark
super
is
clear on
after
that.
because dark is during the bubonic plague? Question mark.
Is
It's
that
a
what it is?
Black plague.
Right.
Black
Yeah,
plague.
because it's
That's the
like,
Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Right.
His history.
That's a
went-
little bit later.
History went dark.
No,
'cause
it's
they kind of
before.
stopped like documenting stuff.
It's
Well, I think this is all after the Younger
Dry.
Dryas impact.
Shout out Joe Rogan.
Oh,
He was number one on my Spotify. Oh, that's what we're gonna do.
he was.
Wrapped.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I took Matt's topic. I'm
I
sorry.
listened to Joe Rogan for 15,955 minutes.
Wow.
Top 3% of listeners.
Okay.
11 days.
Nice.
But also, how much music did you listen to?
Music. I was at 48.
I was at 84.
How?
Yeah, that's insane.
I don't
I was at
understand all these
58, to
all
be
these
fair.
people that are now February, March I was recovering, so I pretty much used Spotify not at all. But then other
Why
than
not?
because I was
Seems
at
like
home.
the optimal
Oh,
time
you don't
to use
listen to
Spotify.
music like when you're just
Oh, you got
sitting
TV.
Oh, yeah, I got cable.
TV.
It's streaming.
Dirty.
You got cable.
Got
So
20 seasons of Dirty Jobs
Right.
in front of me.
So January and then May through now, because this is the other thing I found out about Wrapped. I thought it took November and December from the previous year. No, it's January 1st through October 31st, and that's it. You get
Yeah.
no data on
Oh, that
November and
ex-
December.
I'm wondering
What?
if that's to mitigate the amount of Christmas,
Christmas music
that would be accounted.
I believe so.
yeah.
That's a darn good point.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just January 1st through October 31st. That's all the data collects. So yeah, so the rest of the time though, I was driving, I was listening to it at work. I was like 48,000 is a lot, but like all my friends got way more than that. So I don't understand.
yeah. I
And
just
that was
listen to a lot
again,
of
that's
music.
only music.
I listen to
'Cause
music all the time.
I listened to a
So,
lot of
yeah.
podcasts when I was driving and audiobooks, so I guess that wasn't accounted for. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
What was your top artist?
top artist was Posty.
pull them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's look at our raps.
Wrapped.
Sorry,
All right, Matthew, top artist, go.
I
You
gotta
said
find
it.
Hang on. Top artist was Posty.
Austin Post.
Nice.
So when does the Wrapped like disappear? How long does it stay?
I think till
Probably
the end
till
of the year. Oh wow, I didn't listen to hardly. No, in 2022 I had 47,000. Now I was only at 48,000. It wasn't even though I was driving so much more this year. That's again, I guess you're right. It was podcasts mostly, but
Yeah.
kind of it's weird to think about because I thought I listened to way more this year. But
Sheesh. What is your sound town? Did you get that one?
poop.
Yeah, I was like Pittsburgh, I think.
Really?
It was really random.
That is right. Mine was Bozeman, Montana.
Really?
Yeah. People there are more likely to listen to Steely Dan, Watch House, and Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I guess there was a lot of angsty.
I guess.
All right.
True.
So
What's your top song?
Yeah. What do you got, Matt? Just read the whole. Just read your whole like whatever this thing's called. I don't know.
Oh, just go through it on
The end
Spotify.
thing?
Let me
Yeah.
pull it up. Let me pull it up.
The ending little thing you put on your story.
We can't turn
Yeah.
on your volume because we can't play the music.
Yeah.
All right. 2023 was a feast for your ears. You listened to 53 genres.
How do you see that?
How did your taste stack up?
No, we're not doing. We're just show me the end.
Oh.
Just read it. Don't read your whole
We're gonna go
thing.
through the
How
whole
do you see
thing.
the amount of genres you listen to, though?
Yeah, I think it does a different like story for every person. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
say the
didn't
same
get
thing for you. The end thing. So top artist for me was Morgan Wallen. Number
Same.
1. Number 2, Mike. Number 3, Linkin Park. Number 4, Sleep Token, and number 5, Disturbed.
Okay.
And then top songs,
Who's metal on that?
the last 3.
Disturbed.
Linkin Park's considered metal.
Yeah, it's like
Pseudo.
Really?
all metal. Yeah, so Linkin Park, Sleep Token, and Disturbed are all metal.
Interesting.
And then top songs were Rain by Sleep Token was number 1. Goated by Armani White featuring Denzel Curry was number 2.
So that's a rap song.
Yeah, I played that constantly during the summer because it was only bass. So it was boom, boom,
Nice.
boom. Number 3 was Sign of Life by Motionless in White. Number 4 is By the Sound by Caskets. And number 5 is Vor by Sleep Token. So Sleep Token made it on twice. And then
Sleepy.
I listened to 6,015 minutes of Theo Von, which made me a top 2% fan.
16,000?
6,000. Did I
Oh,
say 16?
6,000.
Yeah,
I thought you
6,000.
said I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So y'all need to listen to
I
Theo
didn't get
Von more.
Theo Von was my top one because it was Joe Rogan because he like releases way more podcasts.
Right.
But I was probably
Yeah.
at least up
But
there.
I was top
Yeah.
2% fan with only 6,000 minutes. So y'all got to listen harder to Theo.
Yeah, but I didn't even get Theo on there. Like Theo Von was my number 2 podcast, but since I listened to Joe Rogan for 15,900 something, he
Yeah.
didn't even show up as that. So I don't get to see like what percentage of fan I am of him.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
I probably
Where does
probably,
it show
like,
you
probably somewhat
top-
equivalent.
top percent?
Yeah, I
Was
listen
it-
to like so much.
Yeah.
Was there is it earlier in the where does it show you the top percent? I saw it.
Oh, for which artist?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember how I see it. Cuz
I mean,
saw
mine
it
just
earlier.
shows me the Joe Rogan one. I'm sure he has one that's similar with the Theo Von one. And I don't
Oh,
know
it's just
what
for your podcast? Cuz
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
showed me for music. It showed me
I got
for artists,
music for Mogus. That's the only one I got.
which was top what?
Let's see.
I don't know if I got
Top
music for anyone.
5%
Where does it show you?
with 1,322. I don't know. It's like
Oh,
the
okay.
near the half mark, front.
Let's
Who's
see.
your top artist though?
Posty?
Oh, that's right. Post. My number 2
I was
is the
top
Eagles.
I was top 0.5%
Damn,
of Posty.
that's a lot of Post Malone.
I know, and I didn't even think I listened to him that much.
Wow. Damn.
I know.
I'm top 1% of Morgan.
Damn.
Yeah.
Top 1% is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see.
It's a
So
real fan.
yeah, Anthony, run through yours.
Okay, so my top artist was Mogus, aka Morgan Wallen.
Mhm.
Number 2 was the Eagles.
Heck
Right,
yeah.
man. Number 3 was Steely Dan,
Mhm.
epic.
Oh, yeah.
4 was Luke Combs.
Nice.
5 was Zed Leplin.
Matt, what was your total minutes, Matt? 60
58 grand, I think.
58.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grain. I got 84, 198.
That's crazy.
That's literally insane.
How do you have time
Okay,
for that?
You're more of a speaker folk, I think, to be fair, though. So you'll just kind of like have your speaker on, like playing.
Maybe.
'Cause I think that's the only like.
Yeah,
only
I mean,
difference,
honestly, when
probably.
I'm like downstairs, I'll just have it on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay.
I just listen to music like I guess all the time.
My
pretty
one
much.
Yeah.
friend had
That's
84. He had 84. I'm like, how do you have time for that? That's like, what is it? 4 hours.
58 days.
Yeah, that's 4 hours a day or something. And he's
It's
like,
2
oh,
months.
I sleep with it. And I'm like, well, that doesn't
What?
count.
I don't do that.
That's cheating, I think.
That doesn't count.
That's crazy.
Did you see? Nick had 144,000.
So I reached out to him,
Me too.
and he said it was shared between all 3 of them.
Yeah, but that's still almost 50,000 a
Oh.
person, which is crazy. The average
not
is
that
like
crazy.
20,000 a year.
Yeah. Is it
minutes.
really?
The average is like 20,000 minutes. So having 50,000 each of
Yeah,
them.
the fact that you're like top 2% of all Spotify listeners is pretty insane.
That is. I mean, you think about like my church has a Spotify account that runs 12 computers, and the school. That's a lot of music they're playing all the time.
How many minutes they have?
I have no idea. Way too many.
My top genre was classic rock, of course.
Of course.
My top songs were "Fallen in Love" by Hamilton, Reynolds, and Joe Frank.
Yeah.
It's their only song, really. Number 2 was "Nothing You Can Do" by the Average White Band.
Yep.
Number 3 was "How Long" by Ace.
Yep.
Number 4 was "Only a Fool Would Say That" by Steely Dan.
Ah.
And number 5 was "Sarah Smile" by Hall & Oates. So,
Nice.
pretty happy with that. Oh, I was called I was the shapeshifter.
My
Were
artist.
you Owen Wilson?
What?
What?
You sounded like Owen Wilson.
The shapeshifter?
That was good. That was, yeah.
Wasn't meant to.
That guy's a shapeshifter.
It's a shapeshifter.
My top artist, number 1 was Posty, which I was pretty surprised by. I didn't think I listened to him that much.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Quinn 92. Number 3 was NF. NF was number 1 2 years in a row. 21 and 22.
Displaced.
I know, displaced. Number 4 was Morgo.
Yep.
Mogus.
Number 5 was Bozzy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Total minutes.
Paradise. Whatever the hell.
Right. Total minutes was 48.4 or 48.5 almost. And then top songs was number 1 was 315 by Bozzy. 2 was Saturday Nights by Khalid. Number 3 was Flare Guns by Quinn 92. Number 4 was 1,000 Miles by
Kid Leroy?
That was my number 1 song last year.
I thought you were going to say, like, oh, what is that song, "I'll Walk 1,000" by, like, Vanessa Hudgens?
yeah.
Vanessa Carlton, I think.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I was thinking what you were. I will
You'll
walk
walk
500 miles and I will walk 500
500
more.
more.
And then number 5 was
The
more.
Brits.
Yeah.
Number 5 was More Than My Hometown by Morgan.
Mogus.
My top genre was pop, which again I was not expecting. but,
Yikes.
yeah.
Rough. What's your top?
Still rap because it was like beginning of year data.
Denzel
Oh, gotcha.
Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally Denzel Curry.
That's what happened in 2022. My top
His
artist.
name is such like a mishmash of like famous people, I feel like.
Right.
Denzel Washington and like Steph Curry.
Oh yeah.
That's like,
Yeah.
My top artist for 22 was NF because I blasted him for January and February of 22, and then pretty much didn't listen to him the rest of the year.
Wow.
But I listened to him so much in those first 2 months that he was still my top artist.
damn.
By the
Yeah,
end of the year.
that's
Was
the only
do
reason.
you have podcasts on there too or no?
Yes, but I did listen podcasts on here.
That's the only reason Linkin Park and Disturbed were on my like so high on the list because I listened to their entire discographies while I was at work. So it's just like, I mean, like
That'll do it.
all of their music.
Is it? It doesn't show me the.
I guess everybody's is different, so.
right because it only shows me Joe
All shapes
Rogan.
and sizes.
Joe Rogan was my number 1. But it doesn't.
You're my
Joke.
number
There
one.
it is. Okay.
Huh?
Number 1 was Joe Rogan. Number 2 was The Way I Heard It with Mike Rowe. 3 was This
nice.
Past Weekend, Theo Von. 4 was TMG.
Okay.
And I don't listen to that anymore. That was more earlier in the summer. And then number 5 was With the Perrys, which is a Christian podcast.
Yikes. Just kidding.
I've been listening. I don't know if I said it on here. I've been listening to a lot of Dave Ramsey's Entree Leadership podcast.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's probably going to be definitely my number 1
Yeah.
for next year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Unless
There's
I
so many good
listen to them all.
podcasts on the Ramsey Network.
Yeah, I didn't know there was. Well, I assume
Yeah.
there's got to be more than one. That's
One of the best ones that I've ever listened to is called the Dr. John Deloney podcast, and it's
Okay.
a clinical therapist, I want to say. So basically, Jordan Peterson, and it's funny. 'cause-
Jordan Peterson and Andrew Huberman, right?
Yeah,
Just a mix.
yeah, pretty much. It's yeah, but he's done an interview with Jordan Peterson. It's actually pretty entertaining.
Okay.
But yeah, super good show though. I mean, if you listen to enough people who call into the show and like talk about their problems,
Oh, yeah.
you'll find solutions for your own.
dude. It's awesome. It's awesome. What?
You sounded so over enthusiastic.
Dude, oh, yeah. Awesome.
Oh, dude.
Have you heard this podcast? I think I did listen to one episode you sent me.
No, I just mean an Entree Leadership. That's what it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. No, there's a really good podcast network.
Cool.
For sure.
No, that's cool. I didn't.
David.
I mean, Dave Ramsey got his start in talk radio, and I think he still has a show going on, his radio
Yeah,
show.
he's got his Dave Ramsey show.
Does he? Okay,
Yeah,
and
it's just
then-
like co-hosted by a bunch of other people every week.
Gotcha.
Which makes it more entertaining, honestly.
I bet. Yeah. So I mean, that's how he got to start. So I imagine he's got a lot of podcasts. So yeah, I'll have to look into.
This has been a fun episode. We want to thank you all for tuning in. And
Thank
joining
you.
Us.
If you have
Three gents.
Yeah. If you have questions, comments, concerns, don't have any concerns. If you have concerns, you can put them on your grave or whatever.
Whoa.
If you have questions, comments, or would like to applaud us for our great job,
Yeah. Or send us money.
or send us money,
You could pay for our little lunch or your little dinner between the two
right?
episodes, right?
Yes.
Oh, true.
Yeah. If you want to, just Venmo us.
we gotta start
say.
linking our Venmo and stuff. dude.
right.
Then I gotta change my Venmo to be all secret. You guys can't know who I am.
Anyway, if you want to contact us, email us at 3idiotsinastudio@gmail.com. That's the numeral 3, IDIOTS, in a studio @gmail.com. Have a great night or day or whenever
God
you're listening.
bless.
God bless.
God bless.
God rest your ears.
Ooh.
That didn't age well. Have a great night.
Bye.